Hello everybody, this is Bernie.
And Alex.
And we welcome you to our Hitchhiking Diary around the world.
Where we will meet great people, see amazing places, and show you how to travel cheap. Like really cheap. And it's the river Marica, and it's the official border.
Turkey!
Turkey! Border crossing. We did it. Took us longer than we expected. Sure, over an hour, I think. But yeah, now we are in Turkey officially.
Look how many trucks are trying to get into the EU. There's hundreds, over hundreds.
Hey, our first ride! Woo-hoo! And there are so many rice fields over here. And sunset.
And we're just got our first ride. We're now in Kapuruslu or something like this. And there's hundreds of stray dogs. And if there's one thing that there is more than stray dogs, oh look at that, might have to censor that. If there's one thing that is more than stray dogs here, then it is men sitting in restaurants. It is in all the restaurants. There's not a single woman there. So everyone was staring at Alex.
No, at both of us. But
Yeah.
mainly at me.
I just love it because now you start to realize that you're far away from home, because they looked at us as if we were aliens.
Everyone kept asking, "Are you okay? Do you need help?"
Obviously, that's just what we thought they were saying. We didn't understand the word. Good morning, everybody. Day 43. We are having a magnificent morning here in Western Turkey. It's a little windy, but we're here in Lake Gala Natural Park. There's everywhere rice fields. It's amazing, and tons of wildlife. So I'm out here for a morning patrol. Let's see. So now in this national park we found a nice guy who is driving us now to a place where we can spot some nice birds. Let's go!
This is crazy beautiful. Honestly, we're just few kilometers away from the Greek border, but everything here looks so different. Now we arrived in Enes, and we're here at this cafe. He's the owner. Hello. And he is trying to tell us a story, but there's quite a language barrier. But yeah, apparently 2 Austrians have been here last month, and he tries
Very
to tell
excited.
us. Yeah. And our first really Turkish coffee. Happy. And some water, of course. And it once proves again that speaking many languages is a big help. He speaks French, and now that I can have a nice conversation. I learned a lot of mathematics in school, and now I'm basically far behind. Sad story.
So we are here now on the River Marica, which is the border
Europe.
to the EU. So over here is already Greece. So for everyone who wants to go from Turkey to Greece and take a shortcut, there's a 50-meter swim right to that lovely tree over there. Nice mosque here, and of course the Turkish Mediterranean Sea. We made it to the ocean.
And we got another amazing ride. Look at that.
So we're now in our 7th ride of the day already, and it's a bit past noon.
And we only did like 20 kilometers now.
And we're now leaving Enes, and our lovely ride here is going to Istanbul, but that's not where we are headed. We want to go to Canakkale, and before that to Gallipoli Peninsula. So now some of you will say, wait, I've heard Gallipoli somewhere in history in high school. Well,
Or not.
here is some history about that place. We don't know a lot about the history, so we'll have to do some research and tell you when we're there.
One thing we noticed already is that Turkey is really hitchhiking friendly because there's so much space and you just can walk here, cars can stop here, and it's like all the time on every road. But now we go to the highway, let's see how it's there. I mean, would you look at that road? There's so much space.
So here we have this huge bridge that connects the Gallipoli Peninsula with the other mainland. Canakkale is on the other side, and we are now heading along the Gallipoli Peninsula to the end, to some Anzac memorial place. We'll tell you more about that later. And yeah, quite insane. The bridge is 15 euros though, and then there's another ferry that is, I think, like 5 euros for the cars, and I think for pedestrians it's a lot less, hopefully. And something we forgot to say is that it's not only the ferry from Gallipoli to Canakkale, it's the ferry from
Europe to Asia.
Yeah. That's one continent and that's another. We are now 15 kilometers away from our target, and you can see Canakkale over there, and this is Asia. We're very close to the ocean now, and we're hyped.
Is that the ferry?
Yeah, you can see the ferry as well.
It's really small, I thought it would be bigger.
It goes every 30 minutes. And before that bridge, our ride told us,
the bridge only opened in March, so now everything can go on the highway from Europe to Asia. And before it was only this ferry that had to take all the big trucks, for example. And it's so small, I mean, all the traffic had to go through the ferry. Got a ride! Yay! Super! And here we can see some of the Turkish trenches. It's very interesting and a beautiful coastline. This is a one-way street, but there's so many buses. I think it's like a school excursion, and they all go to the monument.
I think every student in Turkey is here today.
So many people. Oh my god, they have to come back. And yeah, so we're kind of stuck now.
It's like 50 buses. It's insane.
It doesn't stop. Ah, here it stops. Ah, no. Crazy, huh? And we thought we're gonna be alone here. Well, no. Wow. This is beautiful. Ooh. Okay, I think Bernie's shoe is now made for the rubbish. What do you think? You wanna buy new ones at the bazaar? Okay, we made it to the peninsula and we're right now at this memorial. We have here an informational board where we gathered all the right and good information.
So you could read it, but we will just
tell you about it. So we're at the cemetery where soldiers from Australia and New Zealand are buried. And yeah, this peninsula was strategically very important, especially during the First World War, because there's the Dardanelles Strait, which connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Black Sea. So whoever is in charge of this strait has a lot of power. And during the First World War, it was the Ottoman Empire who was in charge, or who owned the grounds here. So everyone was really interested in fighting them to be in charge of this peninsula and this strait, and so was the British Empire. And because the British Empire contained Australia and New Zealand back then, New Zealand and Australia had to send their soldiers to this fight.
And even to this day, when I was in Australia and New Zealand, there's this Anzac Day and the Anzac Parade, and it's probably one of the biggest
national holidays there.
And they were so sad back then because they didn't see the reason why they would have to send their sons on the other end of the world to a war that had nothing to do with them.
It wouldn't benefit Australia or New Zealand if Great Britain was is managing the strait. So, but they had to send their soldiers, and so many people died in this fight. on both sides, Ottoman Empire and on the British side.
The cut. A funny thing when you're hitchhiking on remote roads or remote places in general is that you start hallucinating after some point. Not visually hallucinating, but you start hearing cars. I don't know. It was crazy in Australia. I heard cars all the time, even though I was in the middle of the desert and I was like turning around all the time. And I don't know, it started here now as well. So we were a few hundred meters up the road on the beach where we took our first shower in the water since our host in Bulgaria. I think it's been 3 or 4 days, and normally we try to manage to go into a river or to a lake or something, but every river, everything was so dirty that I think it would have been worse than before. So yeah, it's been 3 whole days without shower, and now we feel a bit like human beings again. Yeah. Kinda nice.
Kinda nice.
Hey. Oh man. Hey. Bleiben. We are now in Gallipoli, which is the last site in Europe.
Look at the fortress. Wow. And now we have to hurry to get to the ferry because it's leaving in 10 minutes. See you soon, Europe, or not so soon, but we will come back. And hello, Asia. We're on the ferry boat. We made it 1 minute before departure.
Oh, we made it to Asia. The cool thing
we
is,
did not step on the soil yet.
not yet. It's the fare is 8 lira, so around 50 cents. But if you're in the car with someone else, like us hitchhiking, then you only pay for the whole car, so that is amazing. So if you ever go in that direction, make sure to take the ferry. And also they don't check if everyone got off the ferry, so if you're a ferry fan,
You can ride to Asia, back to Europe.
we're now here on the boulevard in Canakkale, reading everything about the original Trojan horse. Wow.
Brad Pitt was on there.
Him.
And now we're waiting for our couchsurfing host. And of course the Trojan horse is our meeting point.
Red pepper.
That's our host. Say hello.
Spices.
A lot of spices, we like that.
That's good.
Watching the sunset after our good dinner. There's a big boat going through the strait.
See, you can make it sharper.
And we're using the binoculars. And this container ship actually is from Panama. That's crazy, huh? Maybe they can take us with them, so we don't have to hitchhike a sailboat.
Okay, so we have our first prejudice to be smashed here in Turkey, and it is. Maybe you can film around here. We're here in a beer garden, and they're selling locally made beer here. And I thought, or maybe the Austrian media told me, that this is really Islamic country, that there's always dangerous people everywhere, but there's super hospitable people here, and they're having beer just like in Vienna. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Ephesus is famous beer. Good morning, everybody. Haven't done many videos. Yesterday was awesome. We went for beers and then food and then more food, and we had some nice talks here with our host.
It was a lovely evening, actually.
Very nice evening.
And we stayed up until 2 a.m.
Yeah, I was checking some places to see in Turkey until 3 a.m. I'll quickly show you the place here. It's a huge apartment. Look at that. I think it's day 44. Did I already say that? I don't know. If I haven't, it's day 44. We have a nice balcony where we can dry all our stuff and, you know, get some air to it. Because I think 2 days ago or something it was raining, so all our stuff didn't really get properly dry.
And they started to smell very bad.
And yeah, today it's just a bit of walking around the city, doing some shopping, groceries of course.
I have a
And
lot of to-dos.
by the way, I lost my underwear. I don't know if I've mentioned that already. Yeah, so that makes the amount of underwear that I'm having with me from 2 to 1. So lots of commando hitchhiking now.
Yeah, and we bought this bad boy.
For 5 lira per kilo.
8 kilograms of pure love. So we're now at the city center again with our couchsurfing host. And yeah, the main problem is that we did a lot of washing today, and now Bernie's outfit looks like this. Because everything else is wet, of course. Now we have the Bermuda bathing shorts, the cool sandals, the cap, and the sports t-shirt. Style 10 out of 10. But you look at that, it's something like a cafeteria, and they have so much food. And it's day 45. Sorry it's so loud. We're trying to hitchhike into the city center because our couchsurfing host lives 4 kilometers away from the city center, and we want to check out the marina and ask the boats if they maybe do a one-day trip on the Mediterranean Sea. So yeah, let's try our luck.
3 günüm Türkçe konuşmadığımız için. Nereye gidiyorsun?
Sahil.
Sahil.
Feribot. Sahil.
You feribot?
Evet.
Oh, çok
Ben
güzel.
oradan döneceğim.
Çok güzel.
This is the most amazing store ever.
Yes, we are trying to save money wherever possible, but when
at that.
something like this arises, we have to spend some of our money, and it's not very expensive. It's like 3-4 euros a kilogram, and we don't know all this stuff, so now it's tasting time.
And all of this for €1.20. It's crazy. And now we're watching sunset. There are a lot of young people here enjoying themselves. And now it's also us. Thank you guys for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like.
And if you want to see more of these videos in the future, consider subscribing to our channel and click on one of these videos. Until then,
Safe travels.